What's up everyone, welcome back to Beyond ARTV. My name is John and today we're doing another episode of Problems I Have With, a series where I break down specific issues or problems that I see with a particular band or artist, and that person today is the rapper Cardi B. Cardi B is the type of person that makes a ton of headlines, not just because they're making music, but because they love being the center of attention. Now, Cardi B is an undeniable force, unfortunately, I suppose, in the world of music, especially in rap. She really broke onto the scene with her single Bodak Yellow in 2017, and from there, it's continued to spiral. I despised her music from the start, but I didn't even know the person behind the music and how much I could detest that as well. But the attitude, the persona, everything about it, it just made me want to make this video. And then all of the things that have happened in recent months, all of the allegations, the very serious things that have come out, that's only furthered the notion. So I'm taking the opportunity today to do a deep dive on my own thoughts, why I feel Cardi B is so toxic, so rude, so even borderline manipulative, and so many other things that I really just want to get down to it. I want to provide details and reasons. Be sure to check the links in the description down below for any sources that I reference. Please drop a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel as well. And let's do this the best we can. Although, as I've admitted, she is that big presence in music, a huge power to reckon with. That doesn't mean that I feel she's a good thing. In fact, I feel she's one of the worst things that's happened to rap in the past decade. She consistently has her name in the headlines, everyone talking about her, can't shut up about Cardi B. No, not because she's just dropping amazing music, it's more because she's actually just involved in drama all the time. She's egotistical as fuck, constantly has to have that spotlight raining down on her, and also because of more serious, complicated legal reasons like I already alluded to. Now, I feel some people are gonna think that I'm making this video because I'm some sort of huge Nicki Minaj fan or something like that, because they see Nicki and Cardi and they're always having their drama, firing shots back and forth because they're two black entertainers that are both female and they both have a lot of eyes on them in the rap world. Well, it's actually the opposite of that. I'm not a Nicki Minaj fan or stan or any stretch of that phrase. In fact, I'd rather have an arrow shot through my spinal cord than have to listen to a few hours worth of either of their music. In fact, I feel that Cardi and Nicki actually have a lot more in common than they'd ever admit. They both love being the center of attention pretty much no matter what, and also both make terrible music, and they present that to the world. And they're so desperate to be the center of everyone's attention, not just for their albums, but for anything, for their clapbacks, for the fact that they always feel that they're somehow under fire or under attack. They're the type of person, and in particular, Cardi B is the type of person to see something on social media constantly responding to the haters and saying, I hate drama, the next breath. But then she's going off on someone and then putting them on blast and then backtracking kinda maybe later after she goes on a super long-winded rant and then halfway apologizes except not really, and then steps away and says, I'm taking a Twitter break, or I'm taking a social media hiatus, only inevitably to come back not even 12 hours later sometimes to start firing up the old Twitter machine again and getting right back into the drama. They won't admit it, but they fucking love it. They love drowning in drama, and if they don't have it 24/7, then they're not happy. Some people are sadly gonna take this video, misinterpret it, and see it as me trying to slam dunk on some women that have made some bad decisions. I mean, obviously, we all have, but when I think to bad decisions, I think of more like in my past, oh, maybe I stole a candy bar, or maybe I said something that really hurt somebody on a personal level. Not, oh, in my past life as a stripper, I drugged and robbed men, which I know that's the big headline right now, the one that everyone is getting worked up about, and the point of this show is never for me to discriminate based on gender, based on sexual orientation, race, religion, anything like that. All of those factors are what make us human, and I'm not discriminating based on that. I discriminate, or I guess call out based on idiocy, narcissism, and sheer stupidity, these moves that are made to actually put somebody else down or take advantage of somebody. And that's exactly what Cardi has admitted to doing. Before we actually tackle the more serious allegations, accusations, and other things that have come up in the past few months regarding Cardi B, I suppose I should take a little bit of a time travel here and let you know the first time I discovered Cardi B's music. It was 2017 and I saw Bodak Yellow rising up the charts on iTunes. I didn't know what this was, I saw it on the Hot 100, I finally took a listen to it, and that was the first time that she ever stuck a screwdriver straight through my eardrums. I hated the flow, I hated the horrible rhythm, the production was so tacky, lackluster, and it was clear her attitude was played up to the nth degree to come off like that savage bad bitch next door that worked her way up. And I'm not denying that she came from nothing and actually made something of herself. If she actually had a credible reputation, then I could get behind that even if I didn't like the music. But here's the thing. Facing the music is the more complicated issue for Cardi B, because every time something very serious comes up, it's a sidestep, it's a maneuver, it's a swerve, it's a tactic to get you to think about something else and make herself look like the victim. Any criticism that you levy against her is just gonna make her or else her fan base cry wolf and act as if she's being treated differently because she's a female rapper. And the worst part is that she actually tries to play this to her advantage. Like I said, playing the victim, which just infuriates me even more down to my core, deep in my soul. And with these recent allegations, even these recent admissions from Cardi B, where this video from her old Instagram Live from a few years ago, right before she blew up, with that resurfacing and her actually taking to Twitter to essentially admit to things saying, I'm not proud of these things, which you're essentially admitting that you actually did these things. And like I said, when I think of things I'm not proud of, it maybe dates back to I took $1 from somebody. I took my mom's credit card and bought a song on iTunes back in the day. Not I drugged and robbed somebody. Should we not be more infuriated by this? This is Cardi B putting this out here as a female rapper. Are we going to treat her differently simply because she is a black female artist in the world of music? Because she's creating something and because she's adding something that you maybe feel is unique to the world? Do we give her a pass because she is those things? My answer is absolutely fucking not. We do not give special treatment to somebody because of their sexual orientation, because of their gender, because of their race, because of their religion. Just like I said, I don't discriminate based on those factors. I also do not give special treatment, because if we did that, then we wouldn't be treating each other equally. Now, Cardi B put this out into the world, and I feel we should be just as outraged as we are at other monsters, other people who have taken advantage, like R. Kelly. Obviously, that was to a different extent and went on over the course of years. We don't know the extent of Cardi B and what she did or did not do. Obviously, based on her own admissions, it probably happened at least a few times over the course of time while she was a stripper. But should we not be more outraged as a culture, as somebody else? Because with these other things, people, especially Twitter and other social media sites, it seems like they linger and don't harp on it enough until they actually get their point across and they make something change. But with Cardi B, it seems like her storm kind of passed by overnight and people are already starting to forget, and we've moved on to the fact that now she's having accusations that somebody said she wasn't a role model, and oh no, what do you know, she actually responded and lashed out saying, I never said I was a role model, and all these other things, which, fine, you're not a role model, whatever, but it doesn't change the fact that people do look up to you and they see these things. They see your name associated with, oh, this hit or this accusation or this thing that she clapped back with, and then they maybe take on the same attitude or persona, and whether you like it or not, you do have an influence and you're clearly using it for something bad. And that is where I strike down the lightning rod and say, no, enough is enough. Not only do I have an artist that I dislike because of the music and I saw the attitude behind it, but honestly, that attitude of anything it takes to get to the top comes out in a big way, because I always saw that with Cardi. Even before I learned of any allegations, accusations, admissions, whatever, I saw that she would do whatever it took, and that can be a very, very bad thing. people start to just run over and rampage anything in their path on the way to success. And that's how I feel Cardi B kind of built herself. And if you ask me, that's not entirely self-made because you're stealing from other people, taking things, possibly pawning them. I don't know what she took, but there was a first individual that came forward. I'm not sure if there were others, and obviously this is just an allegation. This is not me condemning and saying this is a fact. This is just me presenting the fact that somebody actually came forward. A man saying that he was drugged, robbed, and sexually assaulted. He even made a Me Too post on Facebook. And it's really a shame because it seems like he did have some hesitance because he had held off for so many years. And now here he is having to say that this actually happened to me, allegedly, with Cardi B. What we just went over there is definitely more of a current topic, and I don't want you to think that I'm only making this video because of that recent allegation or accusation. I think it stays consistent with the fact of what I've said over the years. I've featured Cardi B on many of my year-end worst lists several times over the past few years. I think her music is insufferable, and that's been proven as she's released Invasion of Privacy, which somehow was nominated for, and even more mind-blowingly in the worst way possible, won the Grammy Award for the Best Rap Album of 2018. How did we allow this to happen? Who knows? It's the fucking Grammys. They're pretty much a joke the majority of the time, but that award is still seen as something very prestigious. And Cardi won that award not only over the likes of Travis Scott, who maybe I wasn't the biggest fan, but I feel it did a lot for the world of rap. It was a very adventurous album, something that was kind of larger than life in a lot of ways. She won that over him. She won that over Pusha T with Daytona. I would say right there, rap album of the year, but maybe that's just my preference. And she also won that over two artists who now, unfortunately, are no longer with us, Nipsey Hussle and Mac Miller. And there she is backstage celebrating, saying, "This one's for you too, Mac."
They want me to win, so I'm sharing this Grammy with you, motherfucker. Rest in peace, and thank you, everybody. Prime's up! Head the fuck up!
Man, get the fuck out of here with that, Cardi. We all know that you don't mean that. She certainly isn't the first to behave herself this way, and she unfortunately will not be the last, thanks to her continued actions that will influence the younger minds of a future generation. Even though she claims to not be a role model, she's continuing to put these things out there, and it's continued to be consumed by young minds. And those young minds will be the minds of tomorrow, the entertainers of tomorrow. And a little bit of that melodramatic attitude that thinks the world revolves around them, that their life, their relationship, their status, their wealth, everything like that matters the most, will continue to trickle in and continue to live on and thrive, unfortunately, for a long time to come. And I, for one, am not here for it. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Problems I Have with Cardi B. Keep in mind that these were my opinions stirred together with facts. I will leave sources for any facts that I name-checked in the description down below. Please drop a like on this video. And Cardi B fans, if you're here, if you're watching, if you're just attacking me, you're kind of only proving some of the points that I already made, but thanks for the view anyways. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for the love of music. We talk about it several times a week, every single week on both of my channels. Support the channel on Patreon at this annotation in the corner or else the top link down below. Or check out the last episode of Problems I Have with here or another recent video I made on the channel right over here. Socials in the description, and I'll see you soon for more on Beyond ARTV.